All right, so let's just run this like pattern again. Obviously, take away reference, which we're going to look at in a moment. And basically, here we're just setting up what would we say, like 70-30 on that lead side. Yep, so 70-30 on the lead side. Takeaway is kind of working a little bit more out in front. And we've got this little T here just to give us a little bit of guidance to get the strike a little bit more out towards the toe end. So I'm just going to hold this here just to kind of manage the finish, like how far we need to go. Just hit a couple of shots doing that. So this is to, like when I've got the shaft there, the idea is it's managing how far you can kind of rotate this way. So it minimizes that, keeps your right side feeling like it's a bit lower. And it also manages your arms, like the fact that your arms just aren't going to keep going and going and going until until you kind of almost like you lose your balance. The British Open's always a good event to watch because pretty much all of the guys, especially with their shorter irons, are controlling the finish. I don't know if you noticed that, if you watched it at all. They're not doing big full finishes. And I think Rory definitely played his best golf and had best control of his irons when he controls like his finish with his irons. Of course, not going to be the case when he's like smashing a 3-iron or something like that, but definitely like for the shorter ones. Up to 8, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you can see there at the setup, so kind of thin shots at the start, definitely getting shanks. Um, Obviously, it's hard to kind of get into direction because you're just kind of mishitting the shot, right? But we definitely got a lot more pressure forward. We'll call this about 70-30. Is that about right? Is that what it feel like, or feels like more almost? Okay, yeah. And to be fair, the upper center is not much different. It's more just the lower. I mean, the upper center's, well, the upper body's going to be a little bit more left, but not much. I'd say it's more in the lower half, where it looks like you're almost kind of starting on your right side too much here. If I did a straight line up on this side of the body, I'd say you're favoring like the right side a little bit, which is not really what we're looking for when we're hitting a short shot. Because any extra movement to the right and we're in trouble. So yeah, we've got like pressure forward, a little bit of foot flare on the right. I don't mind where you are there, but to me, you should already be back onto your left side once you get around this area here. So meaning like you should have already moved back towards the target that way. So to kind of cut that out, we're just starting more around the left side. You can kind of see there, you're not as far left as where you started. There's a little bit of movement there, but it's just going to be way easier, like when you translate any movement forward, to be back onto that left side. So if I sync these up around here, can you see how much more you're into the left side?
Yep.
Now, as I said before, the interesting thing here, the wrist angles and the right arm look pretty similar. They look pretty similar. Still actually look pretty similar, but on the left screen, like it just starts to like get thrown away way earlier. Yeah, and that's where obviously you get your top shot, you get like your shank shot. Could it be better on the right? It could, but that's way, way better than where it was, for sure. And if you look at, as you go through here, it's a bit hard to see because of the blur, but your right wrist, you can see how much it's kind of like breaking down, yeah, especially that right wrist is kind of going into this like really like bowed position early, like where we see like this happening. like that. Very, very like scoopy look about it. Much more stable. You can definitely see it there. Much more stable on the right screen.